Welcome back to my channel. This is Mac, and today we are working on the MKX. My buddy Jimmy came by and he's like, hey, my brakes suck. You should replace them. So, being that I'm a nice guy, I gave him my truck, took his car, and we're gonna replace his brakes. Here are the parts we're using. Duralast Gold, part number right there. I'll put them in the description too. Here we go. Front rotors, these are the two front. The 55s and the 56 are the rear. So we're just going to replace the full rotors and everything. He has never replaced the brakes on this car for the last 7-8 years. So I think it's time just to replace it all. And he got a good deal on it all. I think it was like 300 and... let's see. $333.28. That was the cost. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive in. What we're gonna do is just, you know, standard stuff. Put it on jack stands, take off the front wheels and take off the back wheels and pull off the rotors, and I'll show you the process. All right, this is what you're gonna use to do the brake job. For a 2008 MKX, you'll need a breaker if you're doing the lug nuts. If you have air, good, that works. You will need a couple ratchets. You need a, what is this? A 19, a 17, and a 14 to get all the bolts off. And then you may need an extension. I use a little pick tool to get the little clips off the brakes. These are the old ones. And you might need a little pry tool to rip the caliper off. Also, it's always good to have in your arsenal a torque wrench. And if you do have air, like I said, that helps a lot. I believe the lug nuts are a 19. So, got this out. Brake cleaner is always good for doing brakes. And of course, new brakes. These are the old ones. But, kind of have an idea what they look like. That's why we're replacing them. Backs weren't bad, but figured we'd replace them anyway. Let's get to it. Okay, jacks are firmly seated. And now it's time to go ahead and tear this apart. Now, they have a lip here. It's pretty radical on the back side and the front right here. So replacing them is a good idea. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and obviously remove these. Remove these bolts here, pull the whole thing off, and then slide these off, put the new ones on. It's a pretty easy process. So I'll tell you what the bolts are. They look like 14s or 17s. Actually 17s probably. Anyway, I'll let you know in the... So we're going to slide this caliper off. There's two 19mm bolts that go into it. So I remove the bottom one and the upper one, and this thing should slide right off. You do want to support it. You don't want to put any big pressure on those lines. They will rip and tear and stretch, so especially with older vehicles. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, well, I took the other rotor off. It just slid right off as soon as I took the caliper off. I slid the brake pads out. You can kind of see what they look like. So I'm going to put this on backwards, spray it off with brake fluid cleaner and brake cleaner, and then flip it around and then put it on the other way. So, and clean it again. So I guess we only go in one or go in one more, right? Either go in one. Yeah, right. Okay, now that that's done, try to touch it, but essentially you're getting all the oils off the rotor, so it doesn't get on your pads. The oil preserves it so it doesn't rust, blah, blah, blah. I get the point. All right, let's get that down, put that back on here, and then put the pads on. Okay, this is all clean. Mike, don't rotate it, please. I'm not. This is all clean. Put a bolt here so this thing doesn't fall out. Now it's time to put the pads in. So I got the new clips in here. You just kind of slide them in. You look to see where the other ones were. And then you kind of put these in here. You got to kind of pull up on these little tabs here and then slide them in. So let me see if we can find a way to record this and have two hands.
Kind of a pain in the butt.
Right? There we go. There we go. So you just do that. Again, you got these little flaps right here. You got to pull up, slide it in, and then put another one in there, and we're good. And then we'll go ahead and put it on. We'll come back to that. All right. Now that I got that thing on there, I put the two 19 millimeter bolts back in, tightened them up. Now we're on here. We just gotta put the tire on, and we're good. Then rinse and repeat for the other side. We're gonna go ahead and do the backs now. All right, the wheel is on there. Last finishing touch. Okay. Let's take off this wheel, start working on the back. Okay, so again, got the wheel off the back. The only thing different on this one is the bolts are a little smaller in the back. They're 14s and not 19s like the last one. So let's go ahead and just take these out.
Okay, it's right here.
See how high I have
Nope. Okay, now we just got to take off this rotor. These are for the e-brake. Don't need to worry about those. They look good still. E-brake works fine. So go put the new rotor on, clean them off like I did last time, and then put that thing back on. Something we did notice is there was a crack in this one right here. So it's good that we're replacing it. We can see it that well, but anyway, good thing we're replacing it.
like that. You gotta.
You're right.
You gotta go down so far and then it spins up.
Really?
Because these clips are different. Just like that.
Ooh. That's my tech mosquitoes out right now?
I guess. I got bit right on the finger.
Okay, the car runs great. We took it for a quick drive. I'm back. Well, this concludes today's install. Until next time, guys, you guys have a good one. Thank you.